Welcome to the Friday Roundup on the Red Team Download, brought to you by Convergent DS, where offense informs defense. Every Friday, we dig deeper into a critical topic shaping the cybersecurity landscape, analyzing not just what happened, but how and why it matters. Let's dive in. This week, we're covering a critical out-of-band patch released by Google for a Chrome zero-day vulnerability that's already being actively exploited in the wild. Tracked as CVE 2025541. This high-severity flaw, with a CVSS score of 8.8, affects the V8 JavaScript and WebAssembly engine, a core component of Chrome responsible for executing JavaScript and WebAssembly code in the browser. And that makes it a prime target for browser-based attack. Let's break down the vulnerability. CVE 2000 255419 is an out-of-bounds read and write vulnerability in V8. That means a remote attacker can craft a malicious HTML page that triggers unintended memory access, reading or writing data outside of the allocated memory buffer. The result? Heap corruption, a serious memory error that can lead to code execution, crashes, or even full browser compromise. The flaw was discovered by Clement Lessine and Benoit Sevens from Google's Threat Analysis Group, or TAG. Their team specializes in detecting targeted attacks, particularly those coming from nation-state actors or advanced persistent threat (APT) groups. The bug was disclosed on May 27, and to Google's credit, they shipped a fix within 24 hours, pushing a configuration update to Chrome Stable across all platforms. And here's the kicker. Google publicly confirmed that an exploit for this vulnerability already exists in the wild. That makes CVE 2025-5419 the second actively exploited Chrome zero-day so far in 2025. The first was CVE 2025278.3, identified by Kaspersky as being weaponized in targeted attacks against organizations in Russia. But unlike the earlier zero-day, we're still missing crucial details about who's behind this one and what they're targeting. Google is deliberately tight-lipped about exploitation specifics, a smart move to prevent copycat attackers from jumping on the vulnerability before users have time to update. But we do know this. Based on TAG's involvement, the exploitation of CVE 202555419 is likely part of a targeted operation, not opportunistic drive-by malware. This points toward a state-sponsored campaign, zero-click phishing, or watering hole attacks. Let's zoom out for a second. V8 vulnerabilities aren't new, but they're dangerous. That's because V8 is the brain of the browser, processing untrusted JavaScript on every single website you visit. An attacker who finds a way to manipulate memory access in V8 can potentially escape the browser sandbox, execute arbitrary code on the host, or chain the bug with a sandbox escape to gain full system access. All it takes is convincing a user to open a malicious page. No downloads, no clicks, no warnings. So, what should you do? Patch immediately. Users should upgrade to Chrome version 137.0, 7151.68, or 0.69 on Windows and Mac OS, 137.0, 7151.68 on Linux. And don't forget about Chromium-based browsers like Microsoft Edge, Brave, Vivaldi, and Opera. These browsers rely on the same V8 engine, and they'll likely release patches in the coming days. Monitor vendor announcements and apply updates as soon as they land. For enterprise environments, ensure automatic update policies are enforced, and conduct spot checks to confirm versions have been rolled out across your fleet. As we enter the second half of 2025, the frequency of zero-day exploitation in widely used software, Chrome, Windows, iOS, continues to rise. Browser zero-days are especially prized by attackers because they enable stealthy, remote access to users, bypassing traditional controls like email filters or antivirus. We've said it before and we'll say it again. Patch hygiene isn't just good security, it's survival. That's it for this episode of the Red Team Download. Stay sharp, stay patched, and stay ahead. Brought to you by Convergent DS, where offensive security meets real-world impact. We'll see you next time.